Hey guys, this is the second half of our Bruce Van Sant interview. To see the first half, click the link in the description or visit our website for the full interview and blog posts for a behind-the-scenes look. Make sure you subscribe now.
So on Satori, we use an iPad as our primary chart plotter. It has GPS built in. It's actually quite nice. The software is good. That, along with weather apps like we had talked about earlier, like Windy and Ventusky, it's very animated and you get different data and you can scroll through it very easily. What is your opinion of these kind of high-tech tools we use for cruising?
I have nothing up to date. I sold my last boat 8 years ago. I look at the weather again, like I've always done, from the National Weather Service, the marine forecast at the Tropical Prediction Center in Miami, and their charts and their data for here, even though they've decreased the size of the areas so that we have better resolution on the forecast outside our coast. And with each island, they're as good as they ever were, as far as I can see. And I'm doing something from decades of personal observation as a person whose life depended upon it with his boat among all the islands, not just sitting in Puerto Plata or somewhere, right? So I really, really have, honest to God, blood and flesh and nerve and so forth involved in that weather. And that is still with me when I'm watching it. And I'm looking at it and I'm saying, if I were in Luperon, what would I do here now? How would I leave? And it still comes back to me and says, oh man, yeah, I'll tell you what, none of this in the next 10 days is something I'll go for. However, the trend is such that I know they're going to change because they can't see more than a couple of days ahead. So, and sure enough, a couple of days later, it all has changed. Or in fact, it's going to hell. What you have to do is play the game of never doubting them. If you doubt them, then you haven't got anything. What do you got? It's like the law versus anarchy.
It's like doubting your charts.
Yeah, and it's a matter of faith, and I don't mean that they're always right, and I don't. But if you say, nah, they're wrong, let's go, ha, come on, that's all, let's go. Jeez, why? What do you do? It's against everything you know. It may be wrong, but hey. And my experience is they are never right as to what happens to your boat at deck level. Never, never, never. Well, it says northeast 15 knots. Well, that's not 15 knots. That's actually 13 to 17. That's at 33 meters. Well, 33 meters is what, 100 feet, 100 and some feet above your boat. What's happening with you is different. Mm-hmm. And as it meets the thermals coming off the ocean, which is cooling, and you're going at night, or vice versa, it's heating up and you're going at day, you fool, right? Against the trade winds, we're not talking about New Hampshire or someplace, right? So, no, if it's stronger than you better look around. Why? You got a squall? You didn't expect you'd have a squall? Goodness gracious, you've never been to sea, But the gradient wind in general is, as they said, northeast 15 knots at 33 meters above your head, and you're sitting there and you have a headland in front of you that is totally changing everything. Okay, come on. If you can't ahead of time apply the English like a billiard, I mean, you shoot billiards, don't you? I mean, you shoot pool.
Put a little English on.
And yeah, you hit that cue ball to this side or that side to make it spin. And people do this kind of thing all their lives. But now you're going to have to do it with data. And some engineers and other scientifically adapted people can do that and do that. But the people that just sit there and listen to something stupid at the bar that says, Jaime Schlockenmeyer lives with his aunt and he's invented this new website, and wow, that's why it is not always what they forecast. And they never promised you that.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Lupron for a second. The buzz around the harbor is that Lupron is on a comeback of sorts, right?
How was it back in its heyday, I guess?
Yeah. And what do you think about it now?
Coming and going from Luperon during the years in which I was 9 months underway with 195 anchorage to rescope every year. Think about that, over 3,000 miles. I didn't have a good calibration on the trajectory of, all I know is what cruisers said. And what cruisers said is what, and here's the trajectory I can map, is what cruisers always do. Oh my God, you go this time. Oh my God, this is so wonderful. They're so wonderful. Oh my God, it's just back and forth and back and forth.
Yeah.
And the oh my God people is getting worse, and they'll say it's better here now. There's less people. And other people say there's more people. I came into the marina. My God, this way you were going out, you know, on a motorcycle trip, and I go, there's 50 or 60 people. Like, what the hell are all these people doing?
Yeah.
I met some really, really nice and interesting people. I did. They all look stalwarts to me. You know? Good people out to change their lives and have a different experience. And it was great. But I have been bombarded over the last couple of years, and nobody in Lupron, they got a bad reputation. Somebody robbed something from a boat, and they tell everybody everywhere, nobody's going to come here anymore. But it's not true. And then other times, oh boy, there's so many people in, and I'd sail back into the harbor, and there's nobody there. Don't know. It's all cruiser bullshit, and cruiser bullshit is everywhere. So you know, you've seen.
No, I know, absolutely I know, and that's why I listen to everybody and then pick and choose what I feel.
Yeah.
It really is just a gut feeling. That feels legitimate. That feels genuine. This sounds like some guy had a bone to pick and he's being an asshole, pretty much.
It's like watching TV.
Yeah.
Or CNN especially. Honest to God, every week it's this crusade they're on about something or other that turns out to be zip. So
they do say that there used to be over 200 to 300 boats in the harbor during a hurricane season in Lupron Harbor.
600.
What?
Whoa!
I can't picture 600 boats in there.
Oh, wait a minute. Sorry, I got that wrong. There was 600 a year arriving.
Oh, okay.
And I invented a sort of an algorithm to where I said, okay, if I can count the boats that I can see, and then I would go in the harbor and I would count them. And I would do that enough times to where I said, wow, all I have to do is multiply that constant, and that's it. So I counted the foreign flag vessels. That's what was important. There were a few Dominican flag sport fishing boats. And basically it started out like 50, 60, and it became 80, 90, then it became 100 and 120. And not all in the water, as they had things ashore, people taking their boats out and so, but I counted them. It's the same thing. I mean, you got foreigners with money, they're paying a rent to put the thing in there, and if they come back to claim the boat, they got to pay out. It doesn't matter. That is a measurement of the yacht tourism in Luperon. I did a study for a prospectus or whatever they called it for yacht tourism in Luperon, and from a company in Baltimore somewhere that had this big thing they were going to put in a big port and all this kind of stuff. So I did a good, being a consultant in engineering myself, but I did a qualified good study for free for these people that are promoting it. Well, it turned out that The numbers I came up by looking at it in great detail were the same as I was doing with my rules of thumb. So I still use them when I get there, down from the marina. I modify it a little bit because I can't see so much. As far as I'm concerned today, if I went there, I'll guarantee you there would be 110 to 125 boats in Luperon with a foreign flag. Now, what will happen? Will people sitting in Wendy's in the bars, yeah, but some of those are abandoned, the people won't come back. Yeah, but that was it. Yeah, but this, yeah, but I'm sorry, there are 120 foreign flag boats there, okay? And that's been sort of a stable number for quite some time. So, I just don't take what people say.
I will say, we were up this week at Casablanca, very good view of the harbor. And we did kind of a 1, 2, 3, 4, let me guess, and we came up with about 100 boats. So it's in line with what you said.
Now, if you count the ones at Kathy's house, her doghouse has 6 or 7 boats, and you count all the boats that are at Tropical Marina, and the ones hidden over there around the cove, and you come up very fast. Are the people there? No. Yeah, but the people aren't here. Well, so what? They're up there making money to come back to their boats.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If Haiti had sensible economy and sensible people, there are harbors in Haiti that are better. And, or Manzanillo. I mean, there are, but Lupron is the best on the north coast. And the south coast, I honestly don't think there's anything, because David proved that. In hurricane season, the hurricanes that come out of the Caribbean doing the recurving and going into the south coast obliterate everything. There's nothing survives, okay? Where they hit. And the north coast, they can't hit. Nothing comes to the south.
That's what we've heard. Why is that? Is it just the way the trade winds are?
Well, it's the whole Earth. The Earth is going easterly this way, making the air flow this way. Then you have the currents and from the south and from the north equators. They all come in these counter revolutionary. So, no, it's all coming from the northeast. It's not coming from the south. So they come from Africa. They come across and they sweep up. Can they swipe the coast? Absolutely. Can they hit the island and come right down the middle? Absolutely. When they do, they're totally ravaged by the mountains of the islands. When they come up, when they sweep by the north coast, several. I've been in this when they come by, and I always seek refuge. Lupron, you can do it. You go to what's in my book?
Lover's Canal, is it?
No, I go to the east over in the eastern harbor, but it's in there. And they sweep the coast. For hurricanes like this, all you'll ever get on the coast is the back winds.
With your thumb being the north coast of Dominican.
The thumb is this is Samana Bay.
Yeah.
Okay, this is us right here. Each and every one, if you simply look at how the mountains will absolutely tear it apart. It can't circulate. It just can't. And this huge, the highest mountains in the entire, between the Rockies and the Andes. Where's the highest mountain?
It's here in the DR.
You're gonna say it's
Here in the DR. Okay. Anywhere you go, I don't care if it's Cuba or Jamaica or wherever, the highest mountain is here, Pico Duarte. And that range, the Centrales and the Septentrionales here, they're huge. When they do that and they're rotating this way and you get the backside of it, the ones that are in here, and that was George, that's the only one I'm familiar with, you got the front side of it. People there, George the eye of it was like 20 miles south of here, at Luperon. People that were in there said they never saw more than 40 knots max for about 20 minutes, and the rest of it was just all over the map. Understand, when a hurricane is doing this, it has tornadoes.
Oh, yeah.
Okay? It has all kinds of crazy shit going on, really crazy crap going on, okay? It'll be high here, low there, because it's all being torn up. So crazy crap goes on. You need to be tied down somewhere in the mangroves. You don't say, oh, well, I'm safe. No, you're not. But nonetheless, you are safe because you're tied down in the mangroves. You do that on the south shore of this island. Again and again and again, it's been shown. You're not safe. Enough rain, if you go up like the Yamasee River and you go, everybody who was up there got washed out and lost. Boats lost, crews lost, etc. Because the rains. The river mounts up like this, and wherever you are, it'll just, the force of the water will take everybody out.
If you had to give Lupron a hurricane hole rating on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the best, what would you give?
9.
Yes.
Would you give a 10 rating to any harbor?
I would give 10 to Fort Liberté in Haiti, but no one in his right mind would ever be there.
I'm gonna have to leave you guys because I gotta get out of here at 6:30. So otherwise, I can't find any parking at the church.
Oh my God!
But that really is all the questions we had, and we didn't want to keep it all day or all night.
I miss the service. I'll go to the beach. Like, baby, you want a photo?
Yeah.
How the hell did we get home?
Taxi's over here. Look over here. All right, guys, that was the second half of the Bruce Van Sant interview. If you missed the first half, go ahead and click this link here or in the description below. There's links to Bruce's books in the description below as well. And be sure to visit our website to get the full interview and the blog post with the behind-the-scenes look. And don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching.